Hey, Douglas, don't run into me next time. I got a reasonable amount of sleep last night, and I am still tired. So, tis the season. But I did not forget gloves this morning, even though it's not windy anymore. Yeah. That's an issue. So everything is serviced for the most part, I believe. Tristan is finishing blowing off combines. Jaden's greasing. Fixed some other stuff on equipment, but that tractor, I don't think is going anywhere for a while. Since this tractor won't start, I am probably solo grain carting today. That's gonna be busy. We gotta fix my gate gauge because it broke last night. It stopped working. And if I have a fixed gate gauge today, oh, see, that's what broke last night. Last time we just taped it. And it looks like it's still taped. So I don't know what's wrong with it. About time for a cab sweep out. It was getting pretty gross in here. Whew, much better. Moving. Sunflowers are over there somewhere. These are actually the sunflowers that I seeded with Matt right here. Most of that field, actually. You can see on this side of the field and on the other field also. I can't remember if it was in the other ones we've already cut, but this is grasshopper damage. So where these sunflowers didn't emerge, because my track is right on the line where the sunflowers stopped. And this was seeded, but the grasshoppers got to it, and we caught it at a really good time because they would have just wiped out most of the field if you don't catch those in time. So even though you can seed, you know, right along the road, or, you know, right along right there, they can come into the field and just chow down. This is a field we've never cut before, so Tristan has to decide where we're going to put a bag. The old bag, that's not our bag, it's a bag that's been sitting here for however many years it's been here, and it's very gross. It smells very bad. Well, I don't know what time we got here this morning, but the tractor is fixed and it's on its way, so I'm not the only grain cart anymore. It's a little crazy when we try to open a field with one grain cart and 4 combines. I have the hiccups. But it's just all about making the guys stay together. Sunflower harvest is a lot like corn harvest when it comes to busyness. So that gives you any idea of how busy it is. Like, we're always dumping combines. If you're not dumping combines, someone's going to be sitting while you're dumping another combine. So that's how that goes. And there's a big hill in this field, but I don't have any technology telling me where my combines are. So it's a guessing game. I hope I just guessed the right pass to go down, because if I didn't, it's going to be a long trip back around. I just dumped him and he's already blinking. It's like playing freeze tag. I'm gonna unfreeze him and unfreeze him so they can keep going together. That's why I dumped him first. So that when I'm dumping him on the go, I'll get to that cutout. I'll just be able to whoop and pop it back, but I will probably be full by the time that happens. So then, by the time I come back out here, Tristan is gonna be sitting somewhere down here. That means I'll have to come all the way back, get him, and then boop, 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 the rest of them, and then I'll be full again. I love it when Doug does that for me. He makes cutouts because this field is really long. So if there's one combine on that side and one combine on this side, since they don't all stay just bam, 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 then I have to drive all the way around like a little snake. Doug just got a code for water being his fuel, so I think they're going to look into that. I do not have time to help him. We're eastbound and down. We're actually westbound and down. Westbound and up because we're going up the hill. He's back! It's not good. That combine fortunately did not burn down. We caught it in just enough time that it did not set on fire and burn down. It did mess up some kind of wire or it burned something because his auger won't unload anymore. But we were literally on the pass to go, they were literally all on their pass to go blow off their combines because it's that time of the day. And it just, I rolled up behind him and there was smoke, and I got on the radio so there was smoke, and luckily everyone was on top of it and the water truck was there and there was just a lot of smoke. So the guys are all blown off. I'm waiting for a little bit more of a load to finish that bag out and then we will be good to roll. They're gonna get a bag change rolling. I'm gonna keep going on combines. On Dennis's combine, the wiring harness melted, so they're gonna have to look into that. That's the problem with combine fires. Sometimes you don't know what happened until you need to use something and it doesn't work. I guess if I told you there was a combine in there, you'd have to believe me because of all the dust, but right now I cannot see anything. Dust is quite literally the worst part about sunflower harvest when it comes to fires, when it comes to visuals, everything. start. That is probably the last sunset of harvest for 2023. I really hope so. We have approximately anywhere between 100 and 200 acres left. I think we'll probably get it done tonight. And then tomorrow we will be moving equipment back to the shop. So everyone's been extra vigilant about blowing off their combines tonight after Dennis's combine fire yesterday. We've had some fuel issues. But other than that, we've just been rolling. It's kind of a lame sunset. It's pretty, but it's just not like the first one we had. I guess we'll see who turns their lights on first. Ain't gonna be me. Well, I'm gonna guess it was Ross second. Ooh, I don't know. I think that's Dennis. That's Douglas and Ross have their lights on. I think this is the first time Dennis has not lost the light game. Maybe I'll let him win tonight. There we go.
It would be easier for you guys to finish in the daylight. Well, what difference does it make if we finish tonight? And if a guy, oh, I'm getting a phone call. If a guy needs to, you can always,
I've had a lot of questions about what these sunflower heads look like up close, and I'm going to show you guys. We use 930 heads with these pans attached to them. That's the brand of pan. I don't know how everyone pronounces that. We call it Lucky, but I know it's not. There's the sickle bar in there, and then obviously the auger. So it's not too complicated. And it just sorts the sunflower stalks into those, cuts it, rolls it in there, and then you're good to go. And these pans are attached. They're bolted in down there, and then they have a support beam under this that goes across. They have little folding pieces that go around those sickle guards. So that is what we use. There is other specific like sunflower heads, but I'm pretty sure these are over 20 years old and they just keep kicking. There's also only one wobble box on these. When you cut sunflowers, you're not collecting the heads in the combine, it's just the seeds out of the head, so the combine separates all that just like it would any other crop, and all that is in the hopper is sunflower seeds. I've seen a couple different videos on the internet of people like cutting sunflower heads off and like smushing them on top of the stalks, or having to go out by hand and cut them. I'm not familiar with that. It's something I'd like to learn about, but for what we do, that's what it looks like up close. So yeah, just old converted 930 heads. We are officially on the last morning of sunflower harvest. Total. After this, there's no more harvest for us, because I say that now. And then we're gonna have to do custom acres probably. So we are probably 100 short of finishing. We didn't finish last night because the mud spots, and there was just like, we gotta come back out here today anyways. We may as well just cut today, move equipment back, and all the goods at the same time. So that was the thoughts last night, and then we finished a bag. We have to put a new bag on, have a little short bag. Oh, it's bumpy. Have to fix Douglas's header this morning. It broke off right there. So we gotta weld it back on. 5 minutes after I got done recording that video, we're headed to go do custom work right after we're done in this field. I didn't record a lot yesterday because it was Sunday, but Ross's grain cart died. It just, I think it was the DEF pump quit, and so that thing will not start up again. We're gonna have the guy come look at that probably today, but he went and got the other tire tractor with a smaller grain cart. So he has a 1394 grain cart pulling around. I've got this one still going strong. Everyone's been having fuel issues. I'm pretty sure there was a contaminated tank that we were pulling out of. And you don't know that until it's in the machines. So that's what we dealt with yesterday. But I was on the phone a lot yesterday, and it was Sunday, and I was just like, it felt so good to not record all day. Woo! The deer is trying to outrun the deer. That's funny. Run, little guy. All right, we are on the last couple passes. Doug is cleaning up over there. Jumping Dennis right now. That finishing corner is gonna be right there where Doug and Joel and Tristan are at. Ah, crazy. We do have custom work to go do, but for our acres, this is officially a wrap, which is insane because it feels like so long that we've waited to get sunflowers done, and then it got done in a week. We literally started last week, so it's been really nice because sunflowers you can just really cut anytime. So it isn't like wheat when you gotta shut down when it's dark. It's been, other than the sun going down at 4 p.m., it's been nice. So it is pretty windy today. We're gonna take all the equipment down south again, and then we will come back up here, get vehicles probably, because everyone drove out here this morning. So, I'm so excited to be like done with our stuff. Dennis is getting the last of it.
Everything should be done.
Perfect.
Copy that.
I don't even feel anything right now. I'm just like, you don't feel anything when you know you still have to go cut other stuff. The combines aren't in the yard yet.
Yeah, so let's get these suckers blown off before we move home. Because fires like to start when you're on a road next to no water. And yeah, get them home, get everything else moved home, get ready for tomorrow, and see what else we got to do today.
So they're gonna blow combines off. I'll probably help Jaden cut the bag out and get that sorted. Ah, so good. This is the last dump on the bagger. Since it's a short bag, like it was worth it to put this bag out here. Like we obviously wouldn't have been able to just keep it on our carts and put it in a bin back at the shop or something. We're not trucking, so it's a little bit of a shorter bag. It does have quite a few loads in it, but sometimes you just gotta put little stubbies out there, man. It is nice that we're not at the end of the bag, at the end of the field, because then we probably would have some left over. Unless it worked out literally perfectly, but I think this is bag number 6. And we were anticipating 5 bags for all of our stuff, so it worked out literally perfectly. The yields were all really good on all the flowers. I think that there was some mention of some disease because of the moisture that we had this fall and spring. But other than that, really good year for sunflowers. And hopefully the markets bounce back up because from what I've heard, they're not good. We're all done with that. I'm gonna go help them close that bag out. The boys are all blowing off their combines. And then we will be headed back to the shop and we will have to come put tires on those bags and measure them later, so this week it's Thanksgiving. I don't know. We're gonna be piling corn and harvesting more flowers, but it's not a lot of flowers tomorrow. It'll probably just be a day, unless we get roped into doing other things. But we have a lot of grain to move, like a lot. Oh, that looked funny for a second. Dennis is cleaning off his windows and his little legs were hanging out the back end of that. Yep. There you go. The windows inside the cabs get really gross because of the sunflower oil and all the dust. I can't imagine how that looked. Lines are all blown off. Ross is leading the way. Jaden's back there bringing up the rear. Headed back for the shop. Hallelujah. Now harvest is over. So on the to-do list for the rest of the day, I believe we're cleaning things up, disconnecting headers, blowing combines off, all those good things. The jobs that make you wish harvest was back already.